Storm Tracker weather starts now with Jason Laird.
Good morning, friends. Proud to have you along for the ride. Pretty darn mild start to the day. 61 degrees in Great Falls, 60 in the capital. Looking at the upper 60s already at this hour in eastern Montana. We actually set an overnight low high record last night in the capital. If you remember yesterday morning, it was so darn warm out there that we actually beat that previous record. All right, a little bit of wind in store here today. Nothing too crazy, but again, light winds out of the southwest to west, maybe up to 10 miles per hour today, sustained at times. Basically what that's going to do is help draw some smoke into the region. We've got quite a few fires off the west coast, and we've also got a couple that have kicked up in and around western Montana, and that's going to help to kind of draw a little bit of that smoke across the region. Likely just kind of hazy for Great Falls and Havre, right on the line there for the capital, especially with high pressure. It kind of sandwiches in all that air, and that's what's going to kind of keep it planted over the state and allow for those hazy skies. 93 on tap today in Great Falls, 89 in the capital, well into the 90s throughout the eastern plains. Much like yesterday, a couple isolated storms not out of the question, primarily into southwestern Montana. Better chance that those are going to just knock at the doorstep here in Great Falls, most of which kind of trotting around the area, then dissipating and traveling a little bit further south and central as the evening plays out, making way for a pretty mild one. Overnight lows still looking at the high 50s, couple of mid 60s throughout the eastern plains tonight as well. Tomorrow, less of a chance of rain, but still a possibility. You know, it's just some little speckles on the map there, nothing to get too worried about. But again, pop-up isolated cells primarily over the mountains, not out of the question as we head through the next couple of days. 93 tomorrow for your daytime high, carbon copy from today, 92 in the capital, and looking at the high 90s throughout the eastern plains. Relatively the same on Friday for a good chunk of the state. A little bit cooler throughout the eastern plains, but still high 80s and 90s blanketing the state, and that's all thanks to this huge ridge of high pressure that's really not going too terribly far. As we talked about yesterday, the reason we're seeing the potential for the showers is that area of low pressure off of the coast. It's firing a little bit of energy, a little bit of moisture our way, but really this high pressure ridge is just so strong that it's kind of keeping it at bay. That area of low pressure will kind of try to move in a little bit this weekend into the first part of this next week, but for the most part, forecast models are suggesting that this high pressure ridge is strong enough that it's going to kind of keep it north and really not do much in the way of affecting our forecast even into the first part of this next week. So here's how all of that comes together over the next couple of days. 93 degrees today in Great Falls, carbon copy tomorrow. A couple of clouds at times, not too bad, well into the 90s through the weekend as well. As for the capital today, 89 degrees, a little bit better chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, especially over the mountains. Looking at the 90s over the next couple of days and staying hot this weekend as well. As for Lewistown today, 90 degrees. May see a few of those showers break into this region. High 80s, pretty much taking us through the weekend, Shannon.